Well, I guess it's Mel's turn. Were you through, Margie?
Uh, that's all I can say for now. I'm more of a reactive person.
Yeah, reactive. I guess I've always been too reactive. I guess I spent my whole life being so reacting to this thing and that thing, and always tried to make my good solid plans without any interference from any person, place, or thing, but then I always found myself emotionally reacting to a lot of stuff that shouldn't have been there. It shouldn't have gotten in the way, and I never did get it together. I mean, I thought I had all this time. I was 21 when I met you, Squint. I thought I had all this time to, like, get it together, they say. Get a life, Mel. Okay. Well, I guess I never did.
Did we even get a clue?
What have I learned from all this? Well, okay, if I had it all to do over again, how could I do any different? I mean, I'd still have the same baggage I had before. This is the kind of mind I have. This is the kind of feelings I was born with. I was an only child. My dad made a kind of a little pet out of me, and I was so happy with me and my mom and dad. And then Dad died when I was 13, and I was really devastated, and then later, I don't know, there was resentment. I felt abandoned. And then my mother remarried, and I never got along with my stepfather. It's not like, he did all this child abuse thing that you keep hearing so much about these days. I mean, every time you turn on the TV, somebody's got a thing, about... I mean, I think everybody was sexually abused, okay? It seems so,
Yeah.
with everything that's coming out now. I mean, they've got all these clinics bringing up incest, child abuse, take your pick, alcoholism.
That stuff's been going on ever since time began anyway.
Yeah, it has. It's just that it was all kept quiet, I guess, and now it's all out in the open, and all this healing of the inner child, the little wounded you within, and everything.
It's really so self-oriented.
It's really...
don't you think that after a while you just get tired of trying to be so self-oriented all the time?
Listen, I was watching this one not too long before we came on the trip here, and all these people were sitting around with their eyes closed, okay, and they had a guy in the front of the room, and he was telling them, now think back, and tell your little child within you love them, and all of this, and they were all doing that, and everyone was maybe feeling better. I don't know. I mean, whatever helps. Okay,
I refuse to beat myself up. I am a good person.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
12-step program.
12-step. There's a 12-step for everything now. I mean, I used to think it was just for the AAs and the narcs, but...
now there's 12 steps how to get through a menstrual period.
Yeah,
12 steps
really.
of how to... Everything is
how
like...
to get 12 steps how to get through your childhood.
It's like, it's like they have the answer for everything, when really people didn't need that
now
before.
You need 12 steps to get through the day,
And to go to the bathroom.
Really, and...
It's an experience like what we're having now that really teaches you stuff, not these stupid, holistic
Yeah, I know, and see, I went to 12-step things. I mean, I tried all that stuff, too, and it didn't work for me. I got bored with it. I tried, okay, I must...
Or the third step.
I must not blame other people for my woes.
And it's like, bullshit!
I must blame myself. I thought, to hell with this. This is no fun.
Really, man.
I like to blame someone else.
Especially if it's other people that always caused your trouble.
It was other people. I mean, if I'd been treated like I wanted to be, I wouldn't have done a lot of things. And that's what's the confusing thing that's never been answered for me is that, okay, I've done my sins. I won't deny that. But a lot of times, if I could have had a little understanding and a little sweetness and kindness and mercy and all this shown to me before I committed this other big sin, it would have stopped me from doing that sin. But it didn't happen. Nothing stopped me. Nothing protected me, so I fell into this thing, that thing, and the other thing. And, sure, it got worse, and yet, where was this this thing, that might have served me up what my heart was looking for, and early in life. And I mean, some people, they seem to, I don't know though, people look like they're got it all together, and a lot of times they really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I used to really envy some people look like they never had a problem in the world, but underneath, who knows? Especially now that it's all coming out into all these.
Well, those people are so boring.
12-step
Those people are so boring too. Who really wants to be?
12-step people.
Who really wants to be around together, people?
Look, folks, I'm 12-stepping. Look at these big steps I'm taking. Yeah, I'm 12-stepping tonight. You want to go with me, eh?
Those big feet.
Yeah, let's go 12-stepping tonight.
How about the Aztec two-step?
Yeah.
Just wonder we ain't got that yet here.
In the Green Apple Quick Step, as Reuben told us about. Yeah, that was a good one.
And Montezuma's Revenge.
I thought I had that one time after that night on the town.
Yeah.
Really. Well,
Logan's Runs.
It may sound pretty nutty and everything, but I'm really having a perfectly good time. I mean, we all may not live through tomorrow, but I'm having a good time. I'm happy. I'm with people I love.
Getting to know
Getting
you.
to know
Getting
you.
to know. Getting to know.
Especially when you reveal all your inner urges and tell us about your sexual abuse.
Now, if I hear any,
I didn't have any.
If I hear anything from Betsy Logan about any of this stuff, I'm going to kill all of you.
I really wasn't sexually abused. I was sort of sexually ignored.
Would you like to be?
No, Slinger. UW.
What, have you got a joint over there?
Now, if this was in Dr. Fatsworth's class, he'd say, we must not do this.
Well, I like Dr. Fatsworth a lot, but he can be a little wad sometimes.
Tapping that pencil. I bet he's got some deep-seated things he ain't never brought
Does
out
he
to the
threw the
light.
pencil at me one time? Darn
Me
near
too.
impaled me.
Almost put me eye out. Oh, that's a good one, Bob.
That's what Dr. Fatsworth said.
Oh, I was laughing and I started coughing. My nose is so stopped up. It always was. No, it isn't. Valerie, you've always been jealous of me. You've always been very envious because my family had more money than yours, and even than yours, Curtis. But that's no reason to accuse me of having a permanently nasal voice. I don't. Perfectly
Well, she's sleeping. She talks just fine.
But I have a sometime nasal problem. It's just the sometime.
It's only the
thing.
times we're here, right?
Well, don't feel bad. I mean, just be glad you don't have asthma. I heard on the radio the other day that they're going to have a cure for asthma in about 5 years if I live that long. Yeah,
They'll have a cure for everything after we
how come it took
die.
them so long to find it? I wish I knew.
It's rabbit semen.
It's some kind of a medical research thing we've been doing. Why didn't somebody do it sooner? I mean, I've already gone through. I mean, who needs it now? I've already gone through all this. Why bother? Yeah. Okay.
Calm down.
It's you now, Flanger.
Excuse me. Oh yes. Well, as far as deep-seated problems go, I think I've already come to grips with this situation. I didn't find any water. All the things I've tried to do here, just they don't seem to be working. But as far as the way I feel about death is, I used to think about this a lot when I was in those horrible factory jobs.
You could have been chopped up in one of them machines.
I nearly
Some of
was.
them places.
I nearly was. There was this one job I had on the coast of someplace that was in the coast of England. I was doing dogfish and working with this big knife, and I almost lost.
Ooh, I can just imagine.
Somebody interrupted me or something, and I nearly lost.
Was it in one of those old mill-looking buildings? Those
What it
old
was, it was in
creepy
a
factory things?
Come to think of it, it was in Southampton. It was a pier, a wharf or something. They call it a quay. Comes out and there's these old brick buildings along it, and granite, stone buildings, and it was in one of those, and they are rather sinister, dingy. There's not much light in there, and it's, I was making pretty good money there, but it got
They
quite
got some
bad.
of those old buildings like that, off the wharf in Stagmuth. They're very
Oh,
scary
I
looking.
know. It reminds me of the trips we'd taken to Boston before. There's something so creepy about the leaning chimneys,
Ooh, yeah.
and but there's something really fascinating about it
It's
too.
like always a bad crime could take place around there.
Because one of my brothers lives in Boston now, and I was visiting him not too long ago, trying to catch up on the family before we all get too old. And I couldn't find where he lived. I was walking up and down this street. It was leading to nowhere, and there was all these triple deckers along it, and the full moon behind them. And it just seemed so strange to me that I would ever be here or there in that situation. And that's kind of how I feel now. But I mean, isn't it weird though, how different things can be on one coast than from the other? Yet in Stag Bluff, we have some streets like that too.